Good afternoon. I'm here at Mahwah High School with Randy Fuchs. Good afternoon, Randy.
Good afternoon, Leah.
Randy, what do you teach?
I teach 4 sections of Honors World History and 1 section of AP European History.
Great. And how long have you been teaching here for?
23 years.
Wow, it's been a long time. Cool.
It seems like a couple.
Yeah,
And time has
amazing.
flown. I love coming to work every day.
That's amazing. So, Randy, we were just talking about making connections with students and how you really can't proceed with content until you really establish those relationships, whether it's through your current events club that your students initiated or your end of the world party, which we want to hear about.
Okay.
So talk a little bit about making those connections.
Well, Leah, as a history teacher yourself, I think you've probably heard as many times as I have, Randy, I hated history when I was in school, but I love watching the History Channel.
Yeah.
I can understand where at times something that happened 500 years ago, halfway around the world, it may not always seem so relevant.
Yeah.
So our first task has to make it relevant, have to make it real. And at least for me personally, the way I try to do that is by building bridges and making connections.
Yeah.
And that starts with me.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, we can build bridges between different curriculum items, but a relationship between a teacher and his or her kids, not students but kids.
Yeah.
That's where it all begins. So
That's
that's
awesome.
always been one of my most important objectives, is to make sure that they know that they're not just my students, that I'm invested in their lives.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I could speak firsthand. I've known you many years, and I've always seen you as a mentor and as a coach. So
Leah, this may come as a surprise. I remember you when you were, I think, 10 years old.
Really?
At soccer camp,
Oh
I
my
believe, in
goodness.
Rivervale.
Oh my gosh.
So
yeah. This goes way back.
The Europe soccer trips, and now
exactly.
to be your colleague, coaching on the
Yeah.
same sidelines at times, it's been
It's
a
an
privilege.
honor. Thank you for that. Likewise.
It says something about the connections that go all the way back.
Exactly.
to when you were
See,
10.
right. This is a connection that goes back many years. Tell us quickly about your end of the world party, because that's something amazing that happened here in Bergen County.
Yeah, I was teaching 7th grade and teaching the indigenous cultural groups in the Western Hemisphere, and there was a video. It was a tremendous video about the Mayans, their calendar, how accurate it was. It really was amazing. But there was one segment that troubled the kids because it had these gears that were turning, and it was sort of like the rowers keep on rowing with Willy Wonka. And it finally ended with December 21st, 2012 as the end of that cycle of the Mayans calendar. And in pop culture, a lot of people interpreted that as the end of the world. But it kind of freaked the kids out. So one year early on, I just made sort of a flippant comment, kids, don't worry, if we're here the next day, party at my place.
Amazing.
That's what stuck.
So
I would have younger siblings come in, and we get to that part of the curriculum. Mr. Fuchs, I hear you're having a party at your house. And as we got closer to 2012, a year or two away, I would have kids emailing me. I'd run into kids, ramp a reservation all over. Mr. Fuchs, it's almost 2012. You're going to have the party. So 2012 New Year's Day, I got the first email. Mr. Fuchs is now officially 2012. And at this point, we're 12 months away. So
oh my goodness,
I put the party together at the middle school where the crime occurred first. Got permission. It was the Friday before holiday break. And I had no idea how many would show up. About 125.
Oh my goodness. Now that's a testament to those
125
connections.
Kids from all over the country. Kids flew back from California, from Florida. Kids in their mid to late 20s at that point because we were so far removed.
That's
this was back in the late 90s.
That's amazing. I remember reading about it in the paper. That's amazing. That was a big deal around here in the state of New Jersey. So thank you for that, and that's definitely a testament to the connections that you make. So thank you for sharing a cup of coffee. And to Mahwah High School.
To Mahwah.